Hi, the topic today is how to be highly effective, and I'm focusing on standing up for the truth. See, there is nothing more powerful than the truth. So we have to stand up for the truth, because if we don't stand up for the truth, the earth will become a hell. So the more we stand up for the truth, the more we say the truth, the more we exhibit, the truth in us, the more the danger starts disappearing, the more death, starts, giving way, the more hell starts disappearing. But if we don't say the truth, we are attracting hell, we are attracting death, we are attracting evil things. So that is why it's necessary for us to stand for the truth. Because what redeems the world is the truth. What makes the world like heaven is the truth. But if we can't stand for the truth, we've lost it. Regardless of our education, regardless of our political leaning, regardless of whatever we are doing, regardless of the amount of money you think you have, if you can't stand up for the truth, that is the end of the matter. So that is why we are encouraging people to speak up, to speak out, to stand for the truth. Because if we don't stand for the truth, man, hell will be like, hell will reign here. So that's why we say we have to, speak up. We have to stand up for the truth. There is something here Chuba Okadigbo said. I'm in love with this quotation. I'm going to read it out for you. He says that if you are emotionally attached to your tribe, religion, political leaning, to a point that truth and justice becomes secondary consideration, your education is useless, your exposure is useless, and if you cannot reason beyond petty sentiments, you are a liability to mankind. I'm going to focus on this powerful quotation by a powerful writer and a powerful guy that ever existed, Chuba Okadigbo. See, when such statement is made, it resonates, it's spread out. So what I'm saying today is that the truth is very, very important. So if we make the truth the secondary consideration in our life, in our relationship, in our political engagement, that is disastrous. And that is what we're seeing today. People are placing their tribe before the truth. People are placing religion before the truth. People are placing politics or political leaning before the truth. But I'm here to tell you, sir, look, the truth remains the truth. The truth has to become the primary setting. It has to be the primary thing. Our purpose here is to say the truth. Regardless of people, the short benefits, the short-term benefits you're going to get, in a long term, you've lost completely. Because we have everything, but lack of truth has, stifled everything that we can think of. Why we are suffering today is because people are not saying the truth. Why there is chaos today, there's killing, is because people are not saying the truth. So the more people speak up, the more people stand up for the truth, the more people, start saying the truth, the more, the dangers disappear, the more evil disappears. They say if you come to a place there's no light, you turn on the light. Because the light drives out the evil. Because the light drives out, evil intention, bad things. That light is the truth. So if we can't solve the truth, that is the end of you. Because at the end of the day, it is the truth that matters. And that truth is we. God created us in his own image, and God said himself is the truth. So there is nothing that can substitute the truth. You shouldn't allow your tribal sentiment to substitute the truth. You shouldn't allow your political sentiment or your religion to substitute the truth. Because the essence of human being is the truth. The essence of our life is the truth. But we've trumped, the truth. And then we've, turned it upside down. And then what are we reaping? What we are seeing is evil, mayhem, killing, dishonesty, greed, and everything. And it's affecting everybody. If you say it's not affecting you, you are telling yourself lies. But we can't continue on this trend. We can't continue on this very thing. That's why I'm making this video today. And I'm reading what an eminent person wrote. What a known writer, a known philosopher, Chuba Okadigbo. He says that, look, I'm going to repeat it. If you are emotionally attached to your tribe, you are useless. If you are emotionally attached to your religion, you are useless. That's what he's saying. And you're emotionally attached to politics, that they are killing people and you are keeping quiet and you are sweeping it under the carpet. You are as foolish as any other person that is fool. You are foolish as somebody who didn't go to school. You are foolish as somebody who didn't know anything. So that is why it is important for us now to change the equation, change the dynamics, and face up to stand up for the truth. Because if we're not standing up for the truth, man, evil will continue. Evil will keep on breeding. And then it will consume everybody. Nobody is safe. Look at the situation in the world today. People are killing the other people. People are killing different ways. People are stealing. People are doing a lot of things. And then the whole world is in a chaotic situation. Because we've refused to stand up for the truth. Somebody has to say it. Nobody's perfect. I'm not perfect. But what I'm saying that is the knowledge we have to strive for. We should aim at saying the truth. Our vision should be aimed towards the truth. That is truth is not a means, it's an end. But we've made truth as a means without knowing that it's the end. So the end of everything we are doing is the truth. But if we are not standing for the truth, that is a disaster. That is a recipe for destruction. And that is what we are seeing today. So Chuba Okadigbo is saying that, look, there is no way you say you are educated, but you don't say the truth. Because what redeems the world from hell is the truth. What makes the difference is the truth. There is no other thing. It is not money. It is not education. It is not anything but the truth. And the truth is wisdom. You see, injustice is evil. And there is no way anybody should condone injustice. Because injustice is about you. Justice is about you. Without justice, there is no other thing we're looking for. Justice has to reign. It has to, reign flow like a flowing water. There is no way we can, bottle justice. We have to allow justice to rule. We have to dispense justice. But unfortunately, people in position today do not dispense justice. They don't understand what justice means. If he dies in a house, there is no amount of legislation, there is no amount of debate, there is no amount of constitution that can bring it back. Because justice is what we are made of. And God saying himself is the God of justice. He will carry it out to the letter. So justice is about the right to life. Right, to be free from oppression. Justice is about you. It's not about me alone. It's about you and every other person. So if a leader is not dispensing justice, that is the highest crime. That is the highest disservice a leader can render. So you can build aircraft, you can build anything, but if you are not rendering justice, you are a fool. You are not doing the right thing. You are uneducated. You don't know anything. You don't know the difference between between your right and your left. Because justice is the center point of everything. It is where everything lies. So if you are dispensing injustice in your country as a leader, you failed your own people. You failed the entire world. You failed mankind. You become a liability to mankind. And 90% of our leaders are liability to mankind because they fail to understand what justice is about. Justice is about freeing yourself. Justice is about right to life. Justice is about, right to live, right to be a human being, right to have happiness and peace and joy. But if you are taking it away from people, that is a disaster. That is a failure on your own part. That means we are not allowing, God to reign in our life. We are not allowing common sense to reign in our life. So we had a story of Lazarus being raised from death. That story is unique because we, as a human being, everything is already here. The whole wisdom in the universe is already here. Even the whole wisdom in heaven is already here. But we haven't got the insight to understand these things. What we are lacking is the insight and the will to execute it, the will to carry it, the will to put it into action. And that is the wisdom we don't have. We are educated, we have knowledge, but we don't have the wisdom to apply it. So that is why we are saying today, look, you cannot keep quiet on the face of injustice. You can't just because somebody is from your side and the person is practicing injustice, killing people, stealing money, doing evil things, and you condone it. And that is the highest disservice you can do to yourself and to mankind. And that is what we are seeing today. Until we start speaking up, until we start, speaking out, until we start saying, look, we cannot condone injustice. If we are making justice and the truth as secondary in our life, our education is useless. Our exposure is useless. You coming to abroad to study, you studied in Harvard, you studied in Oxford University, you study anywhere, but you do not dispense justice, you are a failure. Your education is useless. The money you have is useless because that is the cornerstone of the world. That is what redeemed the world from hell. And if you're not doing that, you are a failure. Because justice is about you. It's about right to life. It's about right to live. It's about right to have peace. It's about right for somebody to stay alive. It's about right for the children to have the future. It's about the next generation. It's about your legacy. Just because of short-term benefits, you say your birthright. Your birthright is justice. Your birthright is the truth. So how can we say it? How can we say it enough as for some people to start understanding it? Just because something is favoring you and you keep quiet, you shut your mouth up, the injustice is being killed. People are being killed because you are not from a particular set of the part of the country, or part of the society. You allow your leader to dispense injustice. You allow your leader to be telling lies. Man, you are collaborating with such people. Then you are part of the system that is, putting the world, under the seal of a stone that the world cannot rise again. The story of Lazarus is a powerful story. When Lazarus was dead, Christ came to raise him. Now, in the process, what Christ said is that remove the stone. Now, that removing of the stone, we are thinking is about removing the stone in the grave. It's about removing the stone that covers, removing the stone of tribe that holds the truth in the grave. Removing the tribal sentiment that holds the truth in the grave. It's about removing it. It is about removing the religious stone that holds the truth in the grave. Until we're able to do that, then we can rise. We can have innovation. We can have creativity. No, there's no amount of education, the amount of creativity we exhibit that will be sustainable because we have used religious stone to seal the truth. We have used political linen, the stone of political linen, to seal the truth. We have used the tribal, stone to seal the truth. Then we can rise. That is why since 1960, Nigeria has been the way it's been. There hasn't been a progress. The killing we saw in 1967 is still happening today. The injustice in 1967 is still happening today. So where is the justice? Why are we afraid? Fela said, look, my people are afraid of air. We are simply afraid of air around us. If we are not saying the truth, if you are not standing up for the truth, you are lying and you are afraid, and then you are dead already. Because there is no hope for mankind if we continue to hold on to lies, if we continue to hold on to injustice. If a leader is dispensing injustice, we're supposed to disassociate ourselves with such a leader. We're supposed to get rid of that leader, no matter the tribal sentiment, no matter the political leaning, no matter the religious the position of the person. We've used religion to destroy our life. We've used tribe to destroy our life. We use politics to seal the progress for the next generation. It is a shame. I do see judges, lawyers, just because of what they're going to eat, they hold injustice, they dispense injustice instead of justice. That is the highest betrayal to mankind. You are a liability to mankind. That is why we are saying that it is high time we started standing up for justice. It's high time we started standing up for the truth. We have to speak it up. The capacity to speak is divine. It is what God has given to you. You can't be silent under the present dispensation where people are killing the other people, where people are killing the innocent people, where children are being killed, women are being bombed. Everybody is being, maltreated by terrorists and Boko Haram, people of herdsmen and other things that is happening in Nigeria. It is a shame that you are seeing blood and you're condoning it. You're trying to tribalize it. You are trying to bring religion into it. You are trying to do political, play politics in the life of human being. But you don't realize that once somebody is dead, it has affected everybody. If you hold one person in prison, the human race is in prison. If you hold an innocent person in prison, the whole human race is in jail, is in prison. You've destroyed mankind. You are a liability to mankind. Therefore, you are not supposed to be seen in this world. That is why we are saying leaders have to understand what truth is. Leaders have to understand what justice is. Justice is about you. It's about right to life. It's about right to have your own self-determination. It's about you to be yourself. You are entitled. That is a divine gift. Nobody can take it away from you. But we are turning it around and make it politics. We are turning it around to make it tribal problems. We are turning it around to make it religious problem. This is completely nonsense. There will be no light in a place where justice is not being dispensed. There is no amount of work you do that will overshadow justice. So we cannot continue to see truth and justice as secondary. It has to be primary. So that is why I'm saying today we have to stand up for the truth. The injustice in Nigeria is overflowing. You are holding somebody in prison when you are letting Boko Haram, herdsmen, Mieti Allah, allowing them to maim and kill people. What kind of logic is this? What kind of common sense is this? This is not common sense. This is not wisdom. This is stupidity. So, one justice for one person, a different one for another person. What kind of life are we saying? Meanwhile, the pivotal, truth is pivotal. Truth is the center of everything, is the center of the equation, is the center of the gravity. And you are ignoring it because of short-term gain, because of short-term, benefits. That is your birthright you are selling. You have opportunity to improve the society. You begin opportunity to rule. You've given opportunity to show the next generation the way forward. What you've shown them is bigotry, stupidity, and injustice, and prejudice. That is a shame. No person in his common sense will tolerate injustice, because injustice is about you. Justice is about right to life. Are you saying a human being doesn't have right to life? Are you saying that a human being doesn't have right for self-determination? Are you saying that a human being has no right for happiness, right to have a home, right to marry? These things are justice. We cannot trump them. You cannot make them secondary. Like Chuba Okadigbo said, if you are doing this, your education is useless. Your leadership is useless. The money you acquire is useless. Everything you have is useless. Because you lack common sense. By making justice and truth a secondary consideration. It has to be direct and clear. It has to be the primary thing. But our leaders, just because of a gunje, what you're going to believe, then you allow injustice to pervade the society. You as a senator, you as a leader, because of what you're going to benefit, because of political leaning, because of religious belief or group, because of tribal sentiment, you allow the truth to die. It's a shame. It's a shame of you. It's a shameful thing. You are not a human being. You are a liability to mankind. Because you've forgotten that what protests this world is the truth. You've forgotten that what makes this world a very lively place to live is the truth. You are not safe wherever you find yourself. Your generation is not safe. It is stupidity for somebody to be prejudiced. It's stupidity for somebody to take justice as a secondary thing instead of primary thing. And that is what we see Buhari, our leader, is doing. It's a shameful thing. So we have to stand up for the truth. So until we remove the border, according to Jesus Christ, the border is the tribal border that is holding people, that is holding a nation from moving. Until we remove the religion, the religious border, a border that is seated in religion, until we remove it, there will be no progress. The political leaning, these are borders, these are stones that are preventing a nation from innovating, growth, progress, preventing the next generation to have a better future. What legacy are you going to leave? Legacy of, stupidity is a shameful thing. So I'm going to wind down. So the topic today had to be highly effective, standing up for the truth, because the most powerful thing in the world is the truth. I have to emphasize it. And we have to dispense justice. See, so if we are taking truth as a secondary thing, your education is useless. Your exposure is useless. Whatever you think you acquire is useless. Whatever word you store is useless, because you don't have common sense. You do not realize that once one person is kept in prison, the whole human race is in prison. You are a liability to mankind. This is the wisdom which we have to use, because everything is already here. But because of stupidity, we've made everywhere uncomfortable. And it's not suitable for A, it's not suitable for B. Please, this is high time we stop being stupid. We have to take truth as a primary thing, not as a secondary thing. We have to dispense justice, because justice is about you. Thank you.